Hello everyone, myself Hazrat, faculty at ACE Engineering Academy. These are my few credentials. In this video, we are going to discuss detailed solutions of theory of machines questions given in GATE 2021 Mechanical Engineering afternoon session. Guys, observe carefully. There are 6 questions came from theory of machines. And I proudly say that you can answer all these 6 questions easily with the help of ACE Academy classroom notes or with the help of deep learn videos, guys. Are you getting or not, sir? Okay, some of the questions we already solved in the classroom notes itself. Direct questions they're given, guys. Look at carefully. Coming to the first question. This question, guys, we have already solved in the classroom. Same question, exact same question, guys. Okay, now look at here carefully. He has given a typical mass, simple pulley and spring system. Now, when I try to make a initial displacement of x, what is going to happen, guys? Because it is attached to a spring, it is going to vibrate up and down. It is going to oscillate about up and down. He's asking what is that natural frequency? How much is the natural frequency of a system? Indirectly asking, guys, what is the natural frequency of a system? So for this, what you can do, guys, this is typical typical diagram he has given. Now what you are doing now, observe carefully, guys. Okay, now this is the mass. Assume you are pulling down the mass by displacement x. As you pull down by x, how is the inertia force, guys? Inertia force will be opposite. How much? Mx double dot. Because x is downward means x double dot will be also downward. So inertia force will be upward. Next, as you are pulling down, what is going to happen? This roller also rotate about this point. Yes or no? Observe carefully, guys. This roller also, okay, because it's clearly mentioned there is no slip. Observe carefully, guys. There is no slip between pulley and rope, which means that if I try to move down, what is going to happen? This will also move down by x, definitely, guys. If I try to move down by x, this will also rotate x automatically by angle theta. Okay, guys. If it is rotating angle theta, observe carefully, sir. It is moved down x, so this will be x. So from here to this is x actually, guys. So now tell me, guys, this is theta. Then how is inertia force, guys? It is opposite to this one. How much, guys? That is J. Yes, given inertia force is J into theta double dot. That's it. Next, you are missing one thing. What is going to happen? When you try to pull down, spring force will try to oppose automatically. How much? That is nothing but opposite, guys, K into X. Because you are pulling this rope by x, spring also extend how much? X itself, so K into X. This is the typical free body diagram. Are you getting or not, sir? Okay. Now, once you get the free body diagram, next thing is very easy. Just take moment about this point. If you take moment about this point, please tell me, guys, how much will, what are the things will be there? J into theta double dot, J into theta double dot plus, tell me, sir, mx double dot will be acting at this location. Mx double dot into, this distance is how much, guys? R. Mx double dot into R plus mx double dot into R. Okay. Next, tell me, guys, kx. Kx again into how much, guys? R. Kx into R must be equal to 0. That's it. How simple it is, guys. I myself feel, guys, compared to energy method, I feel this equilibrium method is very easy to get the answer if you just know how to draw the free body diagram. I haven't done anything. I just moved down. If I try to move down, draw the free body diagram. That's it. Are you getting an answer? Now look at here carefully. So we got the equation like this. J theta double dot plus mx double dot r plus, tell me, guys, kxr. Kxr equal to 0. But the problem here is, guys, Observe carefully. This is in theta double dot, this is in x double dot. So I can't able to get the single equation. So what I can do, guys, convert x into theta double dot. What I can do, guys, please tell me. X equal to how much, guys? X equal to r theta, yes or no? X equal to r theta, just make it, guys. So as x equal to r theta, now tell me, sir, x double dot equal to how much, sir? R theta double dot, that's it. Okay, now substitute, guys. J theta double dot, okay, plus mx double dot, which means that m r square theta double dot, because getting an answer, r and r will be r square. Next, plus k r square, again x equal to r square, right? K r square, r theta into r square into theta equal to how much? 0. Now tell me, guys. So theta double dot into j plus mr square, that equal to plus kr square into theta equal to how much? 0. Now tell me, guys, omega n equal to how much now? Square root of kr square by the standard formula, guys. Kr square by j plus mr square. Mr square. You can match now. Kr square by j plus mr square. Kr square by j plus mr square. Option C is the correct answer. Hope this is clear, guys. Okay, guys, coming to the next problem. He has given a power transmission mechanism consists of a belt drive and a gate train. Okay, then he is asking that what is the speed of the seventh gear? Speed of the seventh gear and its direction he is asking. Are you getting or not, sir? Now, first direction is very easy. Where is the clockwise or anti-clockwise? Very easy, because he has given initially this is one which is rotating. This pulley is rotating with anti-clockwise direction. As it is anti-clockwise, this will be, tell me, guys, this will be also anti-clockwise. As this is anti-clockwise, your gear 3 or gear 4, observe carefully, guys. Let me make it. This is 0 pulley actually, guys. This is the N1. This is the second one actually, guys, already given. This is the third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh. Observe carefully. I can make it N1 equal to N2 because both are lying on the same shaft. Next, tell me, sir, 3 and 4 compound gears, guys. N3 equal to N4. Similarly, tell me, guys, Nc equal to N7 because all are lying in the same shaft. Now tell me, guys, as pulley is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, your N2 and N1 will be rotating in the anti-clockwise direction itself. But N3, because it is a gear is connected by a tooth actually, guys. Then what is going to happen? N3 will be clockwise, N5 will be again anti-clockwise, and N6 and N7 will be what tell me, guys, it is again clockwise direction. So definitely, guys, N7 will be clockwise. So definitely, guys, answer will be between C and D. But out of these two, which one is correct then? Okay, now for this, I need to find out first of all, guys, what is the N1? How can you get the N1, guys? He has given that N0 equal how much is given, guys? 2500. Can I say that N1 also same value? This is a play students committee mistake actually, guys. No, both are connected by a belt drive, but this end is having different diameter, this end is having different diameter. Pulleys diameters will be different actually, guys. Are you getting or not, sir? Look at carefully. Now N1, how can I find out, guys? Assume, because this 1 and 0 will be pulleys and 2 will be gear actually, guys. Now observe carefully. Your speed will be constant, V equal to constant. As V equal to constant, I can say V equal to how much? R omega equal to constant. What I can able to make it? R1 omega 1 must be equal to how much? R naught omega naught. Yes or no? So from this I can able to make it. d1 omega 1 or d1 directly make it guys. d1 n1. d1 n1 must be equal to how much guys? d naught n naught. Now tell me sir, n1 equal to how much? d naught by d1. d naught by d1 into n naught. How much is this value guys? d naught is 150. 150 by how much guys? 250 into n naught. N naught is how much sir? 2500 is clearly mentioned actually guys. You will get 1500. So RPM. I got N1 equal to 1500 RPM. So definitely guys, N1 equal to N2 equal to 1500 RPM. But the story doesn't end here. I want N7. What I can do? Look at carefully. Stand formula here again exactly guys. N of, observe carefully guys, N of driven. N of driven by N of driver. N of driver must be equal to pi times of, pi means it is not 3.14 sir, you multiplying the, pi sigma means addition, right? So pi means multiplications are actually pi of number of teeth of driver by driven, driver by pi of t of driven. Observe carefully sir. Okay, now tell me driven, what is a driven guys? Observe carefully guys. Driven, your seventh is a driven. I want to find out n7. n7 or n6 both are same. n7 by driver. Who is the driver guys? n2 is the driver. n2, because n1 or n2 both are same actually. So n2 is the driver. So n7 is the driven, n2 is the driver. Now tell me guys, between 2 and 7, between 2 and 7, I want to find out sum of the teeth of the driver by driven, multiplication of the teeth of the driver by driven. Now tell me guys, observe carefully guys. T of driver, observe. T of driver, your 2 is driving 3. 2 is driving 3. So I can just make it 2 is driving 3. Next, does the T3 is driving anything? No. Your 4 is driving 5, I can say. 4 is driving 5. 4 is driving 5 means multiplied by 4. Okay, next. 5 is, 4 is driving 5. Again 5 is driving 6. 5 is driving 6 by, okay. Now tell me guys, T of driven. Now tell me guys, driven. Who is here? 2 is driving 3 means 3 is driven by 2. 3 is driven by 2 means it is nothing but how much? T3 multiplied by, tell me guys, 5 is driven by 4. 5 is driven by 4 multiplied by T of 5 into 6 is driven by 5. 6 is driven by 5. Don't make it 7 guys. Why? Because 6 is the one which is connected to 5. 6 is the one which is connected to 5 and 6 and 7 both are having the same speed actually guys. That's it. This is the end of the story. T5 got cancelled. Now tell me guys, N7 equal to N2. How much is the value of N2 guys? Please tell me. N2 equal to how much? Because N2 equal to N1 equal to how much? 1500. 1500 multiplied by T2 into T4. What is the value of T2 guys? 18 times. 18 multiplied by T4. What is the value of T4 guys? 15 by T3. Tell me T3 guys. T3 is 44. 44 multiplied by T6. How much is the T6 guys? 36. If you see, just simplify this one guys, you will get 255.68 is the correct answer. 255.68. 255.68 Already discussed about the direction. What is the direction, guys? Clockwise. That's it. Hope this is clear for you guys. Okay, guys, coming to the next problem. The controlling force curves PQR for a spring control governor is given, guys. Then he's asking which one is the stable, which one is the unstable, which one is the isochronous. For this, so pretty simple, guys. What is meant by stable governor? Look at here carefully. What is meant by stable governor? Stable governor means when speed increases, radius of rotation must be increased. Yes or no? Because when speed increases, because of centrifugal force, radius of rotation will be increased. Next, when speed reduces, R will be reduced. Now look at here, guys. He has given R curve like this, R. Now observe carefully, guys. You are drawing a, this is the N1 and you are increasing another speed, N2. Now tell me, guys, definitely, guys, N2 should be greater than N1. Now tell me, for smaller speed, smaller radius. For larger speed, I assume this is the R1, this is the R2. Larger speed, larger radius. So definitely, guys, R curve is what, sir? R curve is a stable governor, I can say. It's a stable curve, I can say, guys. Next, what is unstable, sir? Unstable means pretty simple. Opposite. When n increases, R should be reduced. When n reduces, R should be increased. Are you getting or not, sir? Now tell me, guys. See, look at the P controlling force curve. P. Now, draw a speed lines, guys. Observe carefully, guys. This is N1. Assume this is the N1. So, N2 should be increased. N2. Now tell me, guys. N1 is less, definitely N1 is less than N2. Speed curve, guys. N1 is less than N2, but at lower speed, I am having a larger radius. At lower speed, larger radius. N2 at larger speed, lower radius. So definitely is an unstable governor. And remaining thing is, guys, isochronous. Here what is going to happen, guys? Observe carefully. Speed will be constant at any radius. Speed will be constant at any radius. Whether R is more or R is less, speed will be constant. Because if you take your speed, because passing through origin, I can make only one speed actually, guys. At any radius, at R1 or R2, your speed curve will be same actually. So which means that, guys, tell me, sir, P is unstable, Q is isochronous, R is stable. R, Sarji, if you go to my class notes actually, guys, the moment I say controlling force, this is the first picture I used to mention actually. AR plus B, you might be remember, guys, AR plus B, AR and AR minus B. Hope you remember this picture, guys. They given same thing directly in the exam, guys. Okay, okay. Coming to the next question. This is from the flywheel, sir. Torque provided by an engine is given by. He has given the torque, okay, where theta is the angle turned, everything he has given. The main speed of the engine has given, guys, omega mean that equal to 2 pi n by 60. 2 pi into 200 by 60. He has given that, guys, mean speed of the engine, and it drives a machine that provides a constant resisting torque. I will explain, don't worry what it means. The variation of the speed from the mean speed is not to exceed plus or minus 0.5%, then the minimum mass moment of inertia of the flywheel should be. Is indirectly asking, guys, assume this is the engine. This is the engine. Okay. Now tell me, guys, engine is driving something machine. Something machine. But machine required what, guys? Constant speed. Machine required constant speed or constant torque. So, but engine is fluctuating. Engine is producing a fluctuating power. So, I need to use the flywheel to minimize the fluctuations. Is asking what is the, observe carefully, guys. It is not possible to 100% minimize the fluctuations. It is not possible. He is giving something. The maximum load is how much, guys? CS is given as a plus or minus 0.5% means how much, guys? It is 1%. 1% means 0.01. As given CS actually, then how much is the inertia must be equal to how much? Are you getting an answer? Now tell me straightforward formula, guys. Fluctuation of energy. Fluctuation of energy equal to how much, guys? I omega square CS. I omega square CS. Here I have to find out. Omega is already given. CS is 0.01. Okay. Now my task is to find out fluctuation of energy. How can you find out, guys? For this, he has given the T. If you observe carefully, guys, T theta curve. Okay. Assume, guys, is given 1200 plus 12,000 plus 2,500 sine 2 theta. Is given that T theta equal to 12,000 plus 2,500 sine 2 theta. Okay. Now tell me, guys, when theta equal to 0, what is the value of torque? This is T, this is the theta. How much, guys? 12,000. Okay. When theta equal to 90 degrees, what is happening, guys? When theta equal to pi by 2, it is again become how much? 12,000. Assume this is the pi by 2. Just make it like this, guys. So, till this is 12,000. This is fluctuating like this, guys. Assume this is fluctuating like this. So, I can simply say that this is the fluctuation of energy. This is the fluctuation of energy. Now tell me, guys, what is the mean torque without thinking? Mean torque equal to how much, guys? This is the value, sir. Because only this term is varying. This term remains constant. So I can say mean torque equal to 12,000. Mean torque equal to 12,000. I can say fluctuation of energy that equal to between 0 to 0 pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. Tell me, sir, T minus T mean. T minus T mean into d theta. Because T theta curve will give you what, guys? A fluctuation of energy that is equal to how much, guys? I omega square CS. I omega square CS. Now substitute, guys, how much I am going to get? Integral of 0 to pi by 2. T minus T mean. So 12,000 plus 2,500 sine 2 theta minus 12,000. How much I am going to get? 2,500 sine 2 theta into d theta, that equal to I have to find out omega. How much is given, guys? 2 pi n. N is given as 200 by 60 whole square into 0.01. From this, guys, substitute, you will get I equal to 570 kg meter square. That's it. This is what he's asking, guys. So 570 is the answer. Hope this is clear, guys. Okay, guys, coming to the next question. This is about instantaneous center. Look at here, guys. He has given a mechanism. He's asking us to locate what are the instantaneous centers for the given mechanism actually, guys. Observe carefully. I am noting down as a fixed link 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 links are there actually, guys. So total I centers equal to how much, guys? How can I find out? If it is a 4, n of n minus 1 by 2, you will get total number of I centers. Total number of links, how many, guys? 4. 4 into 3 by 2. So we will get 6 I centers. Okay. Now, out of this, guys, link 1, this is a fixed link actually, guys. 1 and 2 connected by what, guys? Roller joint. So, definitely, guys, this is the I12. Now, look at here. 6, right? How can I find out 6? 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4. Tell me, guys, 3, 4. Total 6 centers. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 4. Now observe carefully, guys. 1, 2 is done. 1, 2. This is 1, 2. This is what again? 2, 3. I 2, 3 is done. Next, this is the place. How much, guys? I link 1 and link 4 are connected. Tell me, sir. 1, 4. And this is what? Link 3 and link 4 are connected by revolute joint again. How much, guys? I 3, 4. So total we got 4 now. 4 we got it, guys. What are those? 1, 2. 1, 2 means what? P. 2, 3 means what? Q. Next, tell me, sir. 1, 4. 1, 4 means T. Next. 3, 4. 3, 4 means what, guys? S. Now my task is to find out 1, 3 and 2, 4. 1, 3 and 2, 4. How can I find out, guys? Using Kennedy's theorem. Observe carefully, guys. Kennedy's circle I have drawn. I mentioned like this, guys. 4 links. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I want? 1, 3 I want. How can I get 1, 3, guys? I can get 1, 3 by joining 1, 2 and 2, 3. 1, 2 and 2, 3. Join 1, 2 and 2, 3, sir. 1, 2 and 2, 3. I just join 1, 2 and 2, 3. And tell me, guys, sir, R by 1, 4 and 4, 3. Are you getting an answer? 1, 3 I can get by joining 1, 2 or 2, 3 and 1, 4 and 3, 4. 1, 4 and 3, 4. Join 1, 4 and 3, 4. These two are meeting at this location. So you become what automatically, guys? You become 1, 3. So this is the U. Next, 2, 4. How can I get 2, 4, sir? Same logic. I can get 2, 4 by joining 2, 3 and 3, 4. Where is 2, 3, sir? 2, 3. Where is 2, 3? 2, 3 and 3, 4. I just join 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 1, 4 and 1, 2. 1, 4 and 1, 2. These two are meeting at this location. This R become what automatically, guys? Please tell me. R become how much? This is the 2, 4. So definitely, guys, so 2, 4 become what? R. So definitely whatever he has given the points, all points are instantaneous centers. So all points P, Q, R, S, T, U, R, all are instantaneous centers of the mechanism. This is the way you have to find out the instantaneous center. Hope this is clear, guys. Okay, guys, coming to the next question, that is on force transmissibility and vibration isolation. Look at here, guys. Here a machine of 100 kg. Observe carefully, guys. A machine of 100 kg is subjected to an external force, external exciting force with a frequency of 40 radians per second. And the designer decides to mount the machine on an isolator. Why he want to mount on the isolator, guys? To reduce the force transmitted to the foundation. Look at here carefully, guys. There is a foundation. On top there is an isolator. On top of an isolator there is a machine. There is a machine. So what is going to happen, guys? It will definitely reduce the force to the foundation automatically. Then the question is asking is, guys, he is having a choice of 4 isolators. First one, second one, third one, fourth one. And he's asking the question, which one transmit more force to the foundation? Which one transmits less force to the foundation? Are you getting or not, sir? Look at it carefully, guys. So he's asking less to minimum force to the maximum force. In the ascending order, he want to arrange isolators in the ascending orders. That's it. Are you getting an answer? What I can do? Force transmitted. Who indicates this one, guys? transmissibility ratio, straightforward formula guys. Transmissibility ratio that equal to force transmitted by force applied, that equal to how much guys? Square root of 1 plus 2 j r whole square by, tell me sir, 1 minus r square whole square plus 2 j r whole square. What you can do is guys, you have to find out r for first one. Find out guys r. Find out the r and substitute here. You will get E1, E2, E3, E4. E1, E2, E3, E4. So if E is more, definitely guys, transmitted force will be more. This is the way you can able to say. But time consuming process or not, sir? You have to make it for 4 calculations, sir. For this, very simpler thing is guys, if you just find out the R, I can find out, we used to stress multiple number of times while I'm teaching this concept guys. You have to remember this curve. Transmissibility versus frequency ratio curve actually guys. Observe carefully guys, at r equal to 0, this starting here actually. Now observe carefully. First your task is to find out, this is a typical J value 0.07, this is a typical J value 0.7. You can ask the question, sir, how can you say? So just guess guys. Definitely less value of damping will be on top, more value of damping will be at the bottom. This is the one thing we discussed in the classroom also guys. Now look at here, from this how can I find out? Just find out R value. For this, because K is same, as the K is same, R also same for the 1 and 2. Observe carefully guys. Now tell me R for 1 comma 2. How much? R equal to how much guys? Omega by omega n. Okay, omega is how much is given guys? Observe carefully. 40 radians per second. 40 radians per second. By omega n how much? Square root of K by m. K, as the K is same, definitely guys omega n will be same, that equal to 40 by square root of K. How much guys? 640 into 10 cube by m. How much guys? 100 kg. You will get guys 0.5. Are getting answer? 0.5 you will get. So this is for R1 comma R2. Similarly, find out R3 comma R4 for third and fourth isolator actually guys. Same logic. 40 by square root of K is same. K is how much guys? 22.5. 22.5 into 10 cube by 100. If you substitute guys, you are going to get 2.67. This is the logic. Now observe carefully guys how I am making this one. At R equal to 0.5, so 0.5 means less than 1. This will be what guys? 0.7, right? 0.7 means 1. This is the E1. Next, at R equal to 0.5, first it touches E1 and 0.07 curve. J equal to 0.07 curve means this is the E2. This is what? E2. This is the E1, this is the E2. Okay. Next tell me guys, R equal to 2.67. R equal to 2.67. Now if you observe, it first touches 0.07 curve. First touches 0.07. 0.07 means what guys? 4. Or I can write E4. Next touches what guys? 0.7 curve, which means that E3. Now tell me guys, out of all these 4, which one having less? Tell me sir. E4 is less than E3. E4 is less than E3. Next tell me guys, E1 is again less than E2. So which means that 4, 3, 1, 2 is the ascending order of transmissibility or force transmitted to the foundation. This is the way. Or sir, I don't remember all these things. You are having a standard procedure guys. That is what? substitute R values here, and because R equal to 0.5 for 1 and 2, just change the J value, and R equal to 2.67 for the 2, 3 and 4, change the J value, you'll get the corresponding values, and you can go accordingly guys. Or simply if you can remember this curve, this is the way you can able to find out. Hope this is clear guys. 4, 3, 1, 2, so option C is the right answer. Okay guys, hope this video is helpful to you, and thank you guys, and all the best.